I've been watching everything happen in this crisis that the world is in, and this pandemic unfolding, and so many people in so many genres making major rapid response moves to work together to make the world a more connected place. And as an agency that we're leaders in so many genres, we're working with so many leaders in genres. We feel so fortunate to be working with leaders in the music, sports, fashion, social impact community, that we felt it was our duty and our diligence to bring our community of leaders together and share ideas, to see if we can, brainstorm, share what's going on with our lives at home and our careers and what's working and what's not working, and really form a collective. So Tara, I just was flipping I just wanted you to quickly touch upon what it was like for you to pivot your entire strategy from retail to online.
From day one, we had a plan of action, being that we are a fashion brand in many retailers that had closed their doors. It was, what were we going to do with our inventory? How was we going to reach the customer? Listen, it's been technology for quite some time. .com has been something that, most companies have been wanting to drive their business, more importantly for margin reasons.
Brands, we're trying to conquer the digital frontier. I mean, the print, everyone knows magazines are dying, whatever, people aren't advertising in print. And to capture this Gen Z audience, they have the ability to be the model, the stylist, glam, set designer, all in one. Soup to nuts, they can create content that's going viral with Upward, the girl that was at Prada. So with Winky Lux, we chose some TikTok talent, sent them a brief, gave them freedom to do what they do, which is create content.
I think at the beginning, it was... it put a pause on everything at the beginning, because I think people are waiting to see how long this was going to last and really what they were going to do. And then I think they realized it's going to be longer than they had originally thought. So not only did magazines, but also brands have embraced it and kind of threw the ball to the talent to really be creative. And I think the brands had to kind of release their control a little bit. And we're seeing that it can work.
What I've been thinking of is, how do we find ways not to try and replicate the systems that existed pre-COVID? So at Garage, we've been trying to push the medium of photography, or the medium of communicating fashion, into different realms, especially editorially, because we can't really satisfy our advertiser obligations in a photo shoot. So we want to find ways to communicate fashion that don't require physical samples, that don't require trafficking samples. And we've been leaning on the art quotient of our business.
As a whole brand, we launched something really quickly that was called Home Team. And it was kind of like the messaging was like, now's the time to keep moving, to pull together, to share skills, positivity and hope. What was so incredible about that is, obviously, like all brands, you have people under contract, you have people that even if they're under contract, you ask them to do something, always looking for a little bit of cash here and there. If I'm going to post, if I'm going to do this, what's in it for me? Agents, managers wanting their piece, which is totally understandable. What's been approached us, old creators, new creators, and from, across the border, Damian Lillard to Leo Messi to Jonah Hill to Ninja, if you're into gaming. One thing I always loved about, what we did and like what I was able to do with the brand was to create collaborations and foster those relationships. And in this timing, it's been incredible to see this all come together. And then not only on a celebrity side as well, because I also think, as much as it is great, this age of celebrity and whatnot, it's, seeing everyone post from their amazing houses and their pools and all that. And it's like great because people need these messages. They're waiting for these messages from their idols, but it always also isn't that genuine at times. And for the average person, sitting in their tiny apartment or being in a, quite frankly, shitty situation that they wouldn't find themselves in, sometimes it's good to learn some stuff, and really put your mind to it. So, we also launched a new YouTube series called Creator You, and the first episode was really exciting. It was with my old boss, John Wexler, who is now the GM for Yeezy. And it also just gives you insights and inspiration. So same thing when you're sitting at home, it is, you're getting inspired about different things that you can do, that you can apply to currently when you're in quarantine. And then also, when this is all over, you can take this new skill. And if you don't have a job, you can use this skill to get a new job. And if you do have a job, you've just upskilled yourself and you've got something new to add to the table.
I think, with British Vogue, it's a real wait and see. Obviously, booking the celebrities, I was hoping, like, we were on an earlier schedule, so Rihanna was done way before this, and our June cover, which is coming out any day now, was also shot prior. Yes, there was some things that probably didn't make it in or whatnot, but we didn't shoot July in time, even though we probably might have been able to, because London again was after us. So, but it was really then a judgment call. And I do think had we shot our July, we probably would have bumped that anyway. So I think it's a real, it's very hard. You have to be very careful. Like, so I'm glad Rihanna, that was such an, I have it right here.
Hey!
It was such a genius, moving cover as it was, that, like Karen said to me once recently, every day does count. Like, one day, and like what I was saying, every minute is different. Like, you just have to, and what Gabby would say, take a temperature read, and just, if you don't feel right, then don't do it, because everyone is going through something different, and you just really have to just go with your intuition. And if it's telling you it just doesn't feel right, then don't do it. So I think I see a long pause, as far as I know, and I really think that's the right thing to do. It's just it's a wait and see, and let the industry get itself back. Let the retailers get the product, get production up and going. There's no point in having a cover with clothes that aren't out yet. We all have to make decisions that are going to boost the industry together, giving everyone the best chance of success. And I think that is timing everything where, if advertisers want their campaigns or their ad pages, that they have time to produce a shoot. So if it's moving everything down a bit and November's the new September, so be it. That's not about the month, it's about what it represents, and it's the best fall fashion being available in stores. So I think it's about, let's all collectively make the right decision to give designers, retailers, magazines the best opportunity, to be received with a positive vibe and to sell some clothes.
Karen, tell us what you think is going to happen in the editorial world, the brand world. Is your shoots are this next year for you. I know you've touched on it a little bit, but I know you're an expert.
I think what's going to happen is that editorial and advertising are going to live together. I think that there's not going to be such a separation anymore, because the magazines aren't going to exist if there's not advertising. And advertising, the supply chain has been cut off. So in order to create editorial, we need the advertising, and the advertising needs the editorial. So I think that what's going to happen is there's going to be a lot more advertorial or hybrid sort of situations. And I also think that the message is going to be different, because I think that what people do right now is what's going to be remembered. It's not going to be what happened before COVID or after COVID. It's like this moment right now is so important about who you're photographing or what you're doing. And honestly, I don't think a photo shoot is going to happen, like Gab said, until the end of the summer. Mm-hmm. And even then, I think it's going to be very different. Are we going to be wearing masks and gloves, or people, right, going, is it going to be 10 people to a room? Is a studio even going to be open, or do you have to work outside? I mean, I think there's so many factors and so many uncertain, items that we don't even know or can't predict. But it's also going to be the other layer of, who are we going to photograph? Who's going to be appropriate to photograph? And,
no one's going to have any pegs anymore for films or books or anything because everything's been delayed.
Right.
So, I mean, luckily magazines work so far in advance that I think probably most magazines are covered till September or something. But at some point, midsummer, things are going to dry up. And it's like, what do we do and who do we photograph and who are the heroes that are coming out of this and who are the people that should be celebrated? And it might not necessarily be celebrities. It could be, look at all the first responders. Like there's so many things we can be doing. And I guess once we're able to do it, I think it'll be an interesting conversation to have of who should be, on the covers of these magazines. So it'll be interesting. It's a new landscape for sure.
I really love what you just said. That was incredibly insightful. Thank you. This is just a quick fun. We all work in fashion here. We all love to dress up and go and just live this fashion world life that we live. And it's a time where everyone's in sweatpants and, no one's wearing heels. I haven't worn heels in 7 weeks. I want to know like how important you think it is as a woman to just keep your, just maybe put a cute outfit on and do like a themed Zoom night of everyone wear leopard or everyone. So I'm gonna start with Jill because we were FaceTiming on Sunday and she had an incredible eyeliner on. I've never seen her like she was to the nine. So, what was that about?
No, it's like I was thinking, like I just got another box from Glossier. Like I've been working from home for so long. Like I went from the having to dress Vogue, working in an office where it was expected of me, as Gabby knows, for those who interacted with our editor-in-chief. So it's like, it's been nice since then. So that's almost, 18 months of really wearing jeans. Like Karen will laugh and Lisa, because I love my Everlane outfits.
We have Kendall Vanderpool from Minnesota. She is an aspiring model who would definitely love to be discovered by IMG or the next brand. She's beautiful, young teenager that has a lot of potential. How would you advise someone like her to, at a time like this, get noticed?
Well, we also have We Love Your Jeans, where she can post her images and tag We Love Your Jeans. That is one way. And then also, we're all sitting around. You can find us on DMs. You can find our emails. You can reach out. I think but Instagram, TikTok, all those things, we're scouting everywhere right now more than ever.